The first votes were cast tonight in the 2016 race for the White House.
Texas Senator Ted Cruz won the Republican caucuses in Iowa, besting billionaire Donald Trump. Florida Senator Marco Rubio finished in a close third. On the Democratic side, the race is simply too close to call. Right now, Hillary Clinton has 49.9% of the vote. Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders has 49.5%. Martin O'Malley is dropping out of the race. And WCCO's Pat Kessler joins us now from Des Moines tonight. Hi, Pat. Pretty exciting out there.
Once again, what a night here in Iowa. This was old school tonight. People actually leaving their homes, going to a school, writing down their choices on a piece of paper. And Iowa, once again tonight, delivering a shock to the political system.
Right here, right here.
Hundreds of people lined the hallways of this Des Moines middle school.
Precinct 62, precinct 43, but
record numbers of Democrats.
You need a sticker? Yeah. Excellent.
And so many Republicans, they ran out of paper ballots.
So we have made ballots.
In the school gym, Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton supporters appeared evenly split.
I think it's also important for women to have rights to make decisions about their bodies, and that's something that I think people are afraid to say. And I'm just really glad that she's saying it.
She's been giving too much of a compromiser. We don't need compromise right now.
Republicans who packed a junior high cafeteria voted quickly.
Trump, Cruz,
waiting as a high-stakes drama
Rubio
unfolded outside the room during the vote count.
I think that Donald says what we want to say in America, and we're afraid to say so.
Who are you here for?
Marco Rubio.
Tell me about it. What do you like about it?
Oh, I'm just excited about it.
I think they're energized about the choices that they have and the fact that the Republican Party is going to take back the White House.
So once again, conventional wisdom turned on its head here in Iowa with the results here tonight. A lot of the candidates, and they've been swarming this state for quite some time, a lot of these candidates are now gone. They've left the state. It is in the rearview mirror, many of them heading now to New Hampshire, which is the next big contest. But what a night here at the Iowa caucuses.
No kidding, Pat. So what do you think are the big stories that are coming out of there tonight?
Well, the big ones, I think, are on the Republican side. Donald Trump did not do as well as some people thought he would. Cruz wins, of course, but a big story coming out of Iowa is going to be Marco Rubio. He is a very close third, I think, to Donald Trump. And I think the establishment Republican Party is heaving a big sigh of relief. The outsiders maybe got 1 and 2, but Marco Rubio did very, very well in the caucuses tonight.
All right. Thank you, Pat.
Now the Democrats are very too close to call, way too close to call, as we thought they would be. Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton. Who knows where that's going to go, but that's going to go for several more primaries.
You know what, Pat? CBS News was reporting that a large percentage of first-time voters, Democratic first-time voters, were voting for Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, really interesting when you look at some of these exit poll results. Also, 90% of people under 24, the age of 24, are supporting Bernie Sanders. So a lot of young people supporting Bernie Sanders. He really needed to win and needs to win Iowa to move on. But he's showing real strength here in Iowa, and Hillary Clinton is maybe going to pull it out, but right now way too close to call. A lot of young voters. At the caucus we were at, Amelia, there were hundreds of people, hundreds, and the lines of people to sign up for first time going to a caucus, they were down the hallway.
Well, it'll be interesting to hear what all the candidates have to say about the results in Iowa. All right.
Yeah, the next couple of days will be fun.
Yeah, thank you, Pat. And stay with WCCO 4 News for continuing coverage of Campaign 2016. Minnesota caucuses are on March 1st.